Hi, welcome to my channel. I just created this channel. This is my very first YouTube video. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm looking at myself instead of the actual camera. But, here we are. We're doing it. We're going to start this thing and see what happens. If anybody's watching this, thank you. I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe. I love saying that. It's my first time saying that. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can continue to watch. So my name is Katie. I am a wedding photographer in Greensboro, North Carolina. I love all things couples, love, romance, all that jazz. I consider myself a mix between documentary and editorial. So I do a little bit of posing, a little bit of documentary movement, in the moment, you just being you. So I want to be on here to educate and just vent and do all the things in a safe space. I'm on TikTok a lot, and that's kind of my space where I can be myself and give advice and tips and all that stuff regarding photography, share my work, all that kind of stuff. But I really needed a space where I can talk more and just have an outlet. I thought about making a podcast, but your girl's not tech savvy. I am basic. I have my iPhone 14. I don't know what it is. I have my iPhone here with my little light attached to it, and that's enough for me. I have 3 cameras. I'm a photographer, so I have cameras that can make videos, but I'm not dealing with the editing and all that stuff. Like, I want to just take this video and upload it to the tube. So it's going to be nothing fancy. You're not going to see me like in any kind of fancy lighting in studio. Like, I'm going to show up probably in my hoodie with no makeup on, but that's me. And I'm going to show up as me. I'm going to be authentic, and I'm going to be myself. I thought about putting makeup on, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to put makeup on, so why would I put makeup on just to please others? If you don't like my face, then don't watch me. Anywho, so I'm here to educate, mentor, do all the things. I built a 6-figure business within 2 years. It was actually less than 2 years, about a year and a half. From nothing, I picked up a camera one day and started photographing. So the basis of this channel is going to be me giving tips and tricks of how I got to where I am in the time that I did. I am a go-getter. I am just the kind of person, when I want something, I'm going to go get it. So that's what I did. And if you are that kind of person, or you want to be that kind of person, I suggest you follow along, hear what I have to say, listen to the tips and tricks I have, and ride along this journey with me, because I'm still learning every day. I don't think there will ever be a time when I have learned enough. I am always going to be striving to be better, to do better, and just to take better photos. I'm always trying to get the ideal clients. I think that I've done better this year, and I want to do better. I want to bring in what I want to do more of. So that's another thing that I really talk about a lot. Is just finding your ideal clients, people that want to work with you and want to be around you, that vibe with you, that you vibe with them, because that's going to show in your work. So be sure you follow along on this journey with me. I think I said that already. So I'm going to talk more about how I got into photography, what I do, who I am, that kind of stuff. Since this is my first video, I want you guys to know about me before I get into the nitty-gritty. My room, my office is in my room, just so you know. So I'm currently in my bedroom. This is where my desk is, and this is where I'm filming this. So I am 30. I turned 30 this year in June. I have a husband. We've been married for 4 years. Yeah, next year will be 5 years. And we have 2 little boys. Our boys are almost 4 and 2 years old. They are wild. They keep me on my toes, but I love them. So I got into photography when I was about 7 months pregnant with my second child. So that was 2022 is when I officially got my LLC, but I started in 2021. Is that right? No. See, I always mess this up. Always forget. I'm so bad with dates. It was 2022. No, I don't remember. It's been 2 years. That's all I'm going to say. It's been 2 years since I started my business. I was working at a machine shop with a bunch of money-hungry men. It wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. It's where I met my husband, so I'm thankful for that place and all they did and got me to where I am because of my husband. I loved it and hated it there for many reasons. It was hard to leave because I did love working with my husband. That was the main thing that was holding me back for so long, was I thoroughly enjoyed it because we were in different departments. I didn't see him that much, and when I did see him, it was just fun. And him being there, like, I could just go run and find him and ask him a question, or run and find him and tell him something that happened that day. We went to lunch together. It was great. But there was something inside of me just wanting more. I didn't want to be there forever. I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I'm like, I knew that I wanted to work for myself. I don't like working for other people. I do better when I'm on my own time. I'm very independent. I have an independent thinker. So I also have ADHD. So people being around, all the distractions just don't do well for me. So I'm like, what can I do to start my own business, to work for myself, to have stable income, to do what I love? And I'm like, what do I like doing? I don't know. I don't even know what I like doing. And I'm like, all these people do all this fun stuff. They're so creative. I'm not creative. So back it up to when I was probably middle school, kind of going into high school. My uncle was a professional wedding photographer. He was the more very Vogue-ish editorial style, like very posed, wide angle photographer. And I knew that that's not what I wanted to do, but I knew that I liked photography. So he taught me a lot of things. He got me my first camera. It was like a Canon Rebel. And it was actually one of his cameras that he passed down to me. And I was doing all kinds of just photo shoots for my friends. My cousin, I was always having her model for me, and knew nothing about editing. Like, it was the very not 90ish, but 2000s type of editing. Lots of vignettes and like just horrible editing. He tried to teach me editing. It went over my head. I had no idea like what I was doing. So I'm like, maybe I could do it. Like, back then I was very shy. I didn't like being around people. It made me nervous. I couldn't think under that kind of situation. I did a couple family sessions and was like, this is not what I want to do. I don't like this. And so I'm sitting at my desk one day at work where I was working, and I come across 3 separate photographers on my Instagram page that I knew. I'd had sessions done with them before. I actually took one of the girls' family photos whenever I was doing photography in my like early high school days. And she's a wonderful photographer now. I actually mentored with her whenever I first started, but I'm sitting there and I'm scrolling at work and I see 3 different photographers that I know, and I'm like, gosh, I love that so much. I love their work. I would love to be a photographer. And I was like, wait, that's something I could probably do and be really good at. I mean, I see everything in photo. In a photo when I'm going places. I'm driving past a beautiful field at sunset and I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. And I see it as a picture. I take a mental picture and I'm like, wow, that could be a wonderful photo. I see everything as if it was a photo. So I'm like, I wonder if I could actually do that. I'm like, but it's so expensive. Like, I have to get a camera, I gotta get lenses, I gotta get an editing computer because I have a laptop that's just crappy. So it's a lot of money. So I talked to my husband and I'm like, sorry, I have an itch. I'm like, this is my idea. What do you think? So at that time I was about to go on maternity leave, and I was like, this could be the perfect time for me to start this. I was going out early before I was actually going to have my son. So I had a couple weeks that I was going to be at home. I was working from home and going to be at home before I actually started maternity leave. So I'm like, this could be the perfect time. I could go out my backyard, take some photos. And it just so happened that I'm scrolling on Facebook, and this girl that I know was selling one of her cameras. She was a photographer, and she was selling one of her cameras very cheap. And I was like, you know what? This could be a good starter camera. It might not be forever, but I can invest in better equipment once I get better. So that's what I did. I bought it from her. I went and met up with her. I grabbed it. She gave me a lens, came with it, so I didn't have to buy a lens. And I started taking photos. I got my cousin, who I took photos of back in the day in high school, asked her to come over. We went to a like flower field and took some photos. We went in my backyard and took some photos. It felt like old times. And that's when it all started. I was literally 8 months pregnant, ginormous, and doing photos. So I then did the mentorship with Vine Studios. She is a wonderful photographer here in North Carolina. She was my inspiration. Did a mentorship with her. It was wonderful. She had a model come over. We took some photos, and she helped me edit them, taught me some of the basics, and still things that I look back on today and remember things that she told me. So I did that, and then the focus was not really working on that camera very well, and it was very frustrating. I was like, this could be a great photo if I could get this camera to focus. So that's when I was like, you know what, I am just going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to invest in some good gear. So that's when I got the Nikon Z6 II camera. I think I started with the 50mm 1.8, and I think I also got the 85mm 1.8. That's what I started with. And those are still my babies to this day. I still have them, and I still love them, and I still use that camera. So with only being a couple months, not even a couple months, like maybe 2 months into, that is a couple, 2 months into doing this, I went mirrorless and switched because I had heard so many good things about it, and I'm like, you know what, let's do it. So I did it, loved them, started getting better and better. I did a lot of free photo shoots, model calls, all kinds of free stuff, shadowing. I did another mentorship with Ellie McKinney, which was amazing. It was virtual. We did it over Zoom. It was great. Learned a lot from her of like more the business side, because I'm like, okay, I can take photos, but what do I do on the business side? Do I need an LLC? How do I do taxes? How do I pay? What do I charge for taxes? Do I need a CRM? How do I, like, a gallery delivery service? I don't know what to do. So those mentorships really helped me figure out, like, I use Pixieset for my galleries. I use HoneyBook for my CRM. I use QuickBooks to keep track of my tax stuff and mileage and all that stuff. Stuff that I learned from other people and just YouTube and all kinds of stuff along the way. So it was rough for a little while, just learning, getting better, learning lighting, learning my exposure triangle, learning how to make editing easier, learning my editing style. I still want to switch my editing style to this day. It's fine where it's at, but I'm continuously changing and wanting to be better and do different, and like, that's how I am. I always change things. I never settle for where I'm at, which it works out in a business state of mind of just not wanting to be stagnant and always developing new skills and learning new stuff. So my first year, I think I made, I don't remember, 40,000 maybe in my first year, which is pretty good for a first year of photography. But this year, I'll be transparent, I'm at 130 right now for the year, which is still going on. We have one more month or so left of the year, so I still have time to get more, but that's more than double what I made last year. And in my opinion, that is great for only being 2 years into a business. And that's what I'm here for, is to teach you guys how I did it, tips and tricks, maybe things that I wish I'd have done better, not have done, things that helped me get to where I am. So I want you guys to ask me questions in the comments. Let me know what you want to hear from me. If you're new to photography, what questions do you have of, like, anything? I'm here for it. I am new to, I wouldn't say mentoring, but I do offer mentoring, but I'm new to that. I am new to teaching, I guess you could say. I've always loved teaching, and I'm not like kids, but I've loved just sharing what I know that works, what I know that doesn't work, and I'm always learning more. So as we go, I'm going to be able to share what I've learned and what's changing. I'll let you know that I suck at social media. I hate social media. I'm pretty good at TikTok because I can be myself, and that's what I want to be and do. But Instagram, I hate Instagram. So a little more into my business of what I specialize in. I already told you I specialize in weddings, documentary style, so I love movement. I love like prompting instead of posing, so just telling you something to do and letting you run with it. I would love to go into more details of specific things in different videos. So like I said, please let me know what you want to hear next, where I should start. Should I educate on the exposure triangle, how to expose correctly in camera, which took me quite a bit to understand. There's things that I wish I'd known from the beginning that somebody would have taught me, instead of just giving me like, oh, ISO is this, shutter speed does this. Like, why does it do that? What helps you if you do this? What happens when you change this but don't change this? So I might start with that. Just talking about the exposure triangle, which is going to help you for everything photo-wise after that. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you learned a little bit about me. Just know that I'm a little cray-cray in the head. I'm a little wild. I'm a little out there. I am going to be myself on here. And that's what it is. So, like I said, make sure you subscribe and like this, and maybe share this with some friends. I don't know. Go find me on TikTok and Instagram. My Instagram handle, I can put it in the comments, I guess. I guess you can do that. I don't know. This is my first YouTube video ever. I look on YouTube, like I've learned so much from YouTube in photography, but I don't know how to actually like post on it. So this is a learning curve for me, so stick with me, because maybe one day I'll have fancy videos, but for now, they're going to be in my bedroom. I'm not going to have any like fun music intros or outros or anything, but maybe one day. This is a stepping stone, okay? Hope y'all have a wonderful day, and let me know if this was helpful. Why do I say helpful? Because like I didn't tell you anything. Anyways, I hope that you learned about me, and I hope that you want to follow along with me. So, toodles.